I said faith is personal. Spirituality is personal. Even religion is personal. Spend less time worrying about other people's decisions on their path and look to your own.
You're kidding, right? Please, tell me you're kidding. Let's do this. Greetings, fellow space travelers. BionicDance here. Let's meet the spiritual maiden. She has some idealistic but entirely naive ideas about minding your own business with regard to religion. Have a look.
We all make mistakes, but spend time working on who you are as a person and focus on your spiritual path.
You know what? I would love to. Not that I really have a spiritual path. I'm an atheist. But the truth is that other people seem to think that my business is their business. And that's not okay. So I can't focus solely on me and my spiritual path, as you put it. It's just not possible.
So, of course, this ignites a lot of talk from my brother, who is a Bible-thumping Christian, and I love him for it. I think he's amazing in regards to how much he believes and loves his faith.
Hey, did you know it's possible to be a Bible-thumping atheist? Watch. But in truth, I don't see why it's respectable to love your faith as much as your brother apparently does. Because you see, it is a faith. It's no more respectable than playing pretend, except that people playing pretend know it's pretend, whereas religious people claim it's real.
But of course, he always drives me crazy with this. He says to me, what if someone doesn't know what path to take? Which is the true path? And I said, and my brother believes that his path is the true path, and I know he does. So he's kind of trying to see if I can come up with an answer, of course, because you can't. There is no answer.
Oh, really? But later in the video, you go on to say this.
What is truth? Truth is based on fact, one. It's based on whether something is real or not.
Bit of a contradiction, wouldn't you say? And if truth is based on facts, based on what's real, how do you figure out the facts? You gather evidence, you test it, you verify. And the one thing that religion doesn't give you is evidence. As you said, it's a faith, not facts.
I said true path is all based on opinion. I said hence it being very personal.
Except if it's based on opinion, the one thing it isn't is true. It may be the most satisfying path, the most pleasing path, but not the true path.
What makes it the true path? Because the Bible's the only religious text that could possibly hold the truth? I kind of doubt that.
Well, on this at least, I think we can agree.
And the Bible also has many inconsistencies with each verse, and you can tell it's written by different authors and put together to be a religious text.
Exactly. The Bible doesn't fit the facts, and therefore it cannot possibly be the truth.
And what upsets me is that people have the audacity to turn around to someone of a different faith and say, you're not following the true path, you need to change.
But if what someone believes isn't the truth, doesn't fit the facts, shouldn't they be told? Wouldn't they want to know the truth? Or would they rather keep playing the religious equivalent of a live-action role-playing game? And think about what religion teaches, the number of things religion is against. How many brilliant scientists have we lost to religious faith? How many women have been robbed of their reproductive rights? How many children, babies, have had their genitals mutilated because of religion? How many gays and lesbians have been bullied, tortured, even killed because of religion? When it comes to something so pervasive that affects the lives of so many people, often against their will, in opposition to their desires, you better believe it's my business, that I'm going to tell people they're wrong when it comes to their faith. You call it audacity, I call it self-defense.
But to tell someone that their path is wrong and that they need to follow the path you're taking, or the same religion or the same faith that you're taking, is wrong.
When their religion commands them to hurt people, the one thing it isn't is wrong to tell them they're full of shit. They don't have to follow my path, but they damn well have to stop following theirs.
It is no one else's business but theirs what they do on their spiritual path.
They've made it my business. You can't tell me that religion, that faith is just personal, when it's built right into the religion that they think my business is their business. They are commanded by their God, or so they think, to go fucking around in other people's lives when they don't agree with how we're living them. And that's not okay. They've made it my business.
And who's to say that they're wrong? What if they turned around? What if a Wiccan turned to a Christian and said, I know the truth, I know the true religion, and what you're doing is wrong. You're praying to a false god.
You do the one thing that you can do. You say to them, yeah, prove it. And if they can't provide evidence for their claim, then they're full of shit. The only possible way they can be right is by accident. And they don't get to demand that you prove them wrong. The burden of proof is on the person claiming that something is so, not on the person questioning their claim, not on the person demanding that they justify it with evidence.
I mean, we could go around and say, well, this book, this person's Book of Shadows is a religious text. It's the truth, you know what I mean? But, of course, you look at it and you're like, well, how do you have proof that it's the truth? Well, how do you? It goes both ways. That's why, at the end of the day, we all have to have respect for each other.
No, we don't. Respect is earned, not granted. And it can most certainly be lost if you act like a complete wank stain. So no, we don't have to respect everybody. Not at the end of the day or any other time.
And realize that there is no such thing as I know the truth. 'Cause you don't.
Oh, really? Allow me to quote you one more time.
What is truth? Truth is based on fact, one. It's based on whether something is real or not.
Gather yourself enough evidence to prove the facts, and you've got hold of the truth.
I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but you don't know the truth. You personally have faith in what you call the truth, and you have faith that it's true.
Maybe religious people do, but I don't. I'm an apistivist. An apistivist is someone who rejects the use of faith as a method for knowing things.
All you have is faith, and that's okay. And there's nothing wrong with not knowing the truth. There's nothing wrong with being unsure and having faith in something.
No, it's not okay, and there is something wrong with it. Do you remember all those atrocities I listed before? All those lives ruined in the name of religion? People are doing that who have faith and nothing more. They don't know the truth, and yet they are interfering in other people's lives. And they justify it with their religion. They believe they're commanded by their God to do those horrible, horrible things. Do you realize how not okay that is?
But to tell people they're wrong and to hurt them and say they're going to hell, or to say that they're doing something bad by doing it their way, is wrong.
So maybe you do get it, or at least part of it, because you don't seem to see the contradiction in what you're saying. You don't seem to realize that it is built right into the religion to do those horrible things to people, to interfere in their lives, to tell them about heaven and hell, to persecute homosexuals and everything else. They are supposed to do that according to their religion. So it really is one or the other. Tell them they're wrong, or let them keep on harming people. Choose one.
So, anyway guys, I just wanted to put my input onto the so-called truth of religion.
Well, thanks for sharing, and I hope you've learned a thing or two. Until next time, fellow space travelers, this is BionicDance saying don't run on automatic. Instead, please, think.
Please take the time to rate this video. And hey, if you dig what I do, subscribe. And please visit my Zazzle store, where you'll find all kinds of BionicDance merchandise. Now rate this video, citizen, or we put you on the probulator.